The Capitals trade a first for, oh my god, Kaprizov gets traded to the what? Your dad in the comments, that's right, your dad, he says the coach's last name is pronounced like this, and it's Desjardins. I love it. Antoine Desjardins, new head coach, lead us to the promised land. Let's go. Antoine Desjardins. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Alaska Ice Eagles franchise. Here we are headed into a fresh year with a fresh new looking team. Now we got a lot of comments to go over, but the first things first, we hired a new coach. I'm happy with it. I'm hoping this is the year we're gonna make the playoffs. We made some big changes. I'm pretty excited to get into this one. We're headed into year number 3 and year number 2 with big bad Zion Bertuzzi. If we go ahead and reference the stats that our boy Trevor puts together, you can see in year number 1 we were bad. We were really bad, and that landed us big bad Zion Bertuzzi. It was a questionable pick at the time. Should we have picked Max Kazov? Only time will tell. I really want to get a Stanley Cup before the Chicago Blackhawks, and we are making some good strides to get there. But in year number 2, we surprisingly made the playoffs, and then we eventually got bounced in the first round, which really was no surprise. And then we obviously went into the draft with a draft pick we weren't really happy with. I wanted a top 5 pick, and boom, we moved up and we got Shane freaking Wright, the Shanghai Dragons franchise mode legend Shane Wright. We got him. He's the future playmaking first line center to play with Zion. You gotta wait. Good things come to people who wait. He's only 75 overall. I saw some people in the comments saying I drafted Shane Wright and by year 3 he was like 92 overall. So I'm expecting big things from Shane Wright. We're gonna keep a close eye on his year in Kingston in the OHL. Before we get into the video, I want to showcase some records here from the Newfoundland Growlers and our team. So here's our regular season record. We've played 164 games. We've only won 58 of them and lost 93. So you can see our winning percentage is 35%. Our point percentage is just shy of 40. And you can see compared to the Growlers, oh boy, they have a 14% winning percentage. So we are well over half better than them. Their point percentage only 20%. I mean, it's just not looking good. The postseason record, we've obviously only played 6 games, got bounced in the first round. We ended up losing 4-2, a 33.33333 winning percentage. I can't wait for this to get to like year 10 and we can really start seeing some important numbers. But I mean, if you look at Newfoundland, they've made some strides for the postseason this year. I think this is a playoff team. I really think they could do some damage. They went out and got John Gibson. I mean, they got Claude Giroux, Duclair. They're looking pretty damn good. Like I said, we've got a lot of comments to go over, so let's start this thing off with the comments. Louis in the comments, he says, fun fact, Thomas Markkanen was the first Finn ever to go first overall, and it looks like the St. Louis Blues are starting him in the AHL this year with the Springfield Thunderbirds. Not a bad move considering he's a depth forward. He probably could play in the NHL, but for his development, it's probably best he plays a year in the American Hockey League. But now we got Shane Wright in the last video, which was awesome, but a lot of you guys are talking about the 4th rounder we got. EJ in the comments says, I really like that 4th round pick. His overall is low, and that's true, only 53 overall, but everyone is saying this was a fantastic pick. Johnny Schaefer, everyone in the comments seems to love this guy. Max the River says, I don't know what you're talking about. That 4th round pick was a steal of the draft. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I don't mind the guy either. Medium top 4 is pretty good, but 53 overall. You guys really think he's going to become something? I don't know. This could turn into the operation make Johnny Schaefer an NHLer. I'm going to try my best. I mean, I'll sign him to a contract, get him some playing time, but everyone is raving about this guy. There was more comments about the 4th overall pick than there was about Shane Wright. Crazy Boy says, you made the right choice in the 4th round. Okay. Everyone loves Johnny Schaefer. It's like that meme with the guy and his girlfriend, and he's holding her hand and he's looking back at someone else. I'm with like Shane Wright, and everyone else is looking at Johnny Schaefer in the 4th round. So like I said, we're headed into year number 3. We made some big changes. I mean, yes, we got Johnny Schaefer, but there's more to life than Johnny Schaefer. We actually have a +5 here with Zach Sanford, Wenberg, and Connor Garland. I love that. I really hope that pays off. We got a big addition here, Andre Burakovsky. I'm hoping he can finally have a 30-goal breakout year. We're playing him with Nick Schmaltz and Zion Bertuzzi. Again, hoping that Nick Schmaltz is going to have a better year as well. He's up here with the big boys with Big Zion, hoping he has a breakout year. We got Parayko, Hedman, Hamilton, Zadorov. Our team's coming through quite nice here, waiting for Victor Soderstrom to get to that 83, 84 overall, and then we could chuck him up here where he can play with Mikko Hedman. Tyler in the comments says, from my franchise modes I experienced that I've noticed when you have a stud two-way defenseman like Victor Soderstrom with a highly offensive defenseman like Mikko Hedman with a +3, it can actually give your offensive defenseman to get more points if they had a +5 with a defensive defenseman. It also helps with the team's goals against average. Now, I think that's very true. Of course, with Zadorov and Hedman, they used to have a +5 together, but Zadorov really didn't do a whole lot offensively. You get a guy like Victor Soderstrom up here, and this could be something special. So in a few years, we definitely have that to look forward to. So let's get some simulation done. Start this bad boy off. We got Hunter Lightning still between the pipes. He is 1-0 in his sophomore season. Let's go. We got a lot of games upcoming here. Looking to see if I have any games against the New York Rangers, because New York Sports, they say, as the appointed representative for the New York Rangers, we've officially decided to challenge the Alaska Ice Eagles to a coast-to-coast rivalry. All right, man, you want it? You got it. We do have a game against the Newfoundland Growlers as well coming up in the next month. Let's start this bad boy off. There's a win against New Jersey and then back-to-back L's again. Oh, God, triple L. You hate to see a hat trick of L's. I don't want to see 4 L's. Come on, there you go. Big 4-0 win. We're going to go ahead and send this game here against the Detroit Red Wings. Let's get into some overtime action. We don't get enough OT action yet. More shootouts, more overtime, let's go. Dougie Hamilton's old team, period number 1. It's 2-1, big bad Zion Bertuzzi with a minute left. Zach Sanford on the power play, and then Anthony Mantha starts it off. We came back with 2 quick ones. Corey Crawford, oh man. Crawford actually retired, if you didn't know, a few days ago, which is kind of crazy. Period number 2. Oh boy, no overtime this time. No, sir. Captain Dylan Larkin gets a goal for them, but then Derek Stepan with the great beard and no hair on top. Kasperi Kapanen, Zion gets his second, and then Alexander Wenberg makes it 6-2. Poor Detroit. Shouldn't have gave up Dougie Hamilton for a couple of seconds and a nothing goaltending prospect. That was a trade I had to make. And speak of the devil, Dougie Hamilton, there you go. Nikita Zadorov, I said he doesn't do a lot offensively. He was like, wait, what was that, coach? What was that? Maybe you want to take that back? There you go. Nikita Zadorov makes it 8-2. Poor Detroit. Zion for the hat trick. Pull the goalie. Lots of hockey left, Detroit. All right, we finish off 8-2. Take that, Detroit. Nick Schmaltz with 4 assists. I think the new nickname for Nick Schmaltz comes courtesy of Don't Be Sod20 on Twitter. He might not be the one to come up with the nickname, but I'm taking it. Biggie Schmaltz. Oh my God, what a nickname. What a picture. Biggie Schmaltz and Zion Bertuzzi on the first line. You absolutely love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. You love to see it. So there hasn't been a video for a few days. There's good reason. Well, simply because there was a lot of hockey on. Hockey's back, and that's all I've been doing for the past couple nights. Strictly just watching a whole bunch of hockey. Also went to the dentist, and my mouth was kind of sore yesterday. So I decided to take a couple days off. Apparently Jordan Gross decided to sign a contract. I don't even remember qualifying you, but it's about time. There you go. So it's been a few days, but we're back, ready to get back into things here. We're 7-5-1 starting things off. I do want to slow sim this game against the Wild because of one player and one player only, and that is Kirill Kaprizov. Or is it Kaprizov? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he is nasty. Straight out of Russia. Had an overtime winner in his NHL debut. He's exactly what the Minnesota Wild need. I'm saying it here. Say it now, all right? Print it in the papers. Kaprizov is going to win the Calder Trophy in this year. I think Kaprizov is going to be so nasty for Minnesota. Period number 1, Kaprizov versus Bertuzzi, and it's 1-0. Big bad Colton Parayko jamming the front of the net, scoring a goal on Cam Talbot. Period number 2. All right, 1-1. The little guy, Matt Zuccarello, scores on the big guy, Hunter Lightning. We're going to get an overtime game here, maybe a little shootout action. Power play for Alaska, but they kill it on Alaska. Let's go here. Actually, you know what? Keep it 1-1. I want to go into overtime. I say we don't get enough overtime or shootout games. Connor Garland says, nah, I don't want to go into overtime tonight. All right, fine, Connor Garland, ruining it for everyone. Shots are basically dead even, and Connor Garland gets the GWG with 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. There you go, another win. Rack it up. That's 8-5-1, I think. Yeah, 8-5-1, and we do have a game against Newfoundland coming up very soon, so we'll definitely have to pull up those stats. We've basically owned Newfoundland this entire franchise mode, but I think that's about to change. They are a much better hockey team than they were before, and we actually have pretty much identical records. We've played one more game than them. They're 8-6-1, and we're 9-6-1. So here we go, the battle of the expansion teams in 2020, Newfoundland and Alaska. We've had 4 games against them, and each game has been actually pretty close. Basically all 1-goal games except for the last game where we won by 2. So it's been close, but I still like to see that 100% winning percentage. Let's keep it going here. Game number 5 all time against Newfoundland. This is a game we should go into overtime for. Let's go. Period number 1. And it's 3-0. Big bad Zion, Derek Stepan, and William Legson. There you go. Period number 2. 4-1. Hoffman scores for them, but Trevor Steenbergen, how you doing, bud? I'm glad I kept this guy on the squad. I want to see him grow. Oh, Uncle Leo Komarov makes it 4-2. This game's not over yet. They could strike. They got Claude Giroux, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Owen Power, who's kind of been underwhelming, to be honest with you. But 4-2 here, 4-3. Josh Manson, the guy we were going to get in free agency, but we decided to go with Colton Parayko instead. Shots are dead even. Power play for Newfoundland. A part of me wants them to tie this up because I want to go into overtime, or at least a shootout. Give me something. Give me some content here. I need to clickbait the video somehow. 4-3, a minute left. Pull the goalie. Let's go, Newfoundland. Oh my God. Even I try to let you score. Derek Stepan, they did pull the goalie. Stepan gets a big one. 5 seconds left. Gets the empty netter. And that is another win against the Newfoundland Growlers. Derek Stepan took it personally. 3 points in his first matchup between the Newfoundland Growlers and the Alaska Ice Eagles. I'll take it. Another win. Rack it up. Let's go on a bit of a streak here. We've been winning 2, losing 2, winning 1, losing 3. Let's go on a bit of a streak here. That's 3 in a row up against the Blues. Oh, there's a shootout loss. I mean, technically not a regulation loss, an overtime win. All right, we're playing much better here. There's a 4-0 loss. Of course, the xTech jinx. If we miss the playoffs this year, somehow, I mean, by losing 3 straight games, that's how you do it. 4 straight games, oh my God. But I think it should be playoffs or bust for this team. I really don't think that the playoffs are too far out of reach. It's playoff or bust here in Alaska, but let's go here up against the team that traded us the pick for Shane Wright. Nashville, what are you doing? You look at their center depth with Von Vichvenberg, they got Johansson, they got Duchesne. There's no room for a guy like Shane Wright on that team. Period number 1. 2-0. Dougie Hamilton and Connor Garland. Period number 2. All right, 3-1. Burakovsky, there you go. You love to see a Burakovsky goal. I want this guy to be, there he is, Burakovsky again. I was going to say, I'd love for this guy just to break out. I'd love for him to score like 30 goals. Biggie Schmaltz on the first line. There you go. First line coming through big here. I'm just really trying to get an overtime game. Is that too much to ask? Derek Stepan says, yes, it is too much to ask. We're not going into overtime. We're crushing teams 6-1 in regulation. Shots are 37-30. Never really a chance for poor Nashville. 6-1. 1. How are you doing? Derek Stepan, though, he's been a nice surprise. He's been scoring a lot lately. That's good to see for the third liner, who's only making like $1.5 million. For some reason, he just didn't play the past couple of years. So we're 15, 11, and 2 here going into December. Let's have a quick look on the boys, see how they're playing throughout the first month and a bit of simulation. Oh my God, Zion, how you doing? 31 points in 28 games. You'd love to see it. 89 overall. Is this the year he breaks out? Has over a point per game. Let's check in on him here. He's a -4, so I don't know if it's a line issue problem or if it's just a team thing, because I'm seeing a lot of minuses here. All of our big guns are all minuses. So again, it's something we have to work on. Connor Garland, Alex Wenberg, Burakovsky, everyone's doing pretty good. Miko Hedman, I mean, that's pretty good point totals from Miko Hedman. Not compared to last year, though. I mean, this could be a bit of a sophomore jinx, but 19 points in 28 games isn't that bad. But I'm not digging all the minuses I'm seeing. Derek Stepan has 12 goals. He's second on the team in goals on the third line. Okay. Good to see Kiefer Bellows putting the puck in the net. He's a +8. That's good to see. Everyone else is doing pretty damn good. I'm happy with how everyone else is doing. Just a little bit concerned about our top guys with all of the minuses there. It's not great to see. Hunter Lightning 13-9 and 2-3 for Aiden Hill. We got the one rookie here, Justin. He's just a guy on the fourth line. Let's have a look at Max Kazov just to see, just to stir the pot. Oh, he's not as good as Zion, I'll tell you that. The numbers don't lie. I mean, 22 goals in 24 games, 91 overall. Oh my God. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, definitely not bad at all. Almost a goal per game, and leading the league in points is 34-year-old Newfoundland Growler Claude Giroux. I did not expect that. I will tell you that for sure. Okay, and he's got like a big lead as well. It's not like he's just leading. He's got a 5-point lead here on the next closest guy. So that's amazing. Good for Claude Giroux. Where's his teammate? Who's he playing with? Like, how does he have so many points? I don't even remember who's on his line, to be honest with you. There's no one here that I can see. Okay, so Henrik Borgstrom has 29 points. So they seem to be clicking. There's Kaprizov there, the GOAT. As for goals per game, Pete Correa's up there. Max Kazov, 22 goals in 24 games. But Claude Giroux has a nice lead on the scoring. I did not expect that. As for rookie scorers, we got Timmy Superstar here. Tim Stützle, the man, the myth, the legend, made his NHL debut tonight, actually, against the Maple Leafs, where they won. But Timmy Stützle, he's going to be a bright spot for Ottawa for the next 20 years. Kurt Zapp finally comes through in the NHL with the Calgary Flames after being drafted by Nashville. They chucked him on the bench. They said, no hockey for you, but he comes through with the Calgary Flames. Joe Veleno, Alex Newhook. So it's nice to see some players coming through here. Tommy Martikainen, sorry. There's Markkanen and Martikainen. He made the Sharks roster this year, so he's a -11, 9 points in 27 games for the second overall pick. That's good to see. So it looks like we are first in the Pacific, which is great to see. Let's have a look here, see where the Growlers are. And the Growlers are the last in their division. Come on, guys. Come on. After we beat you, you just never win another game ever again? What's going on? Let's get another month of simulation in the books here. And like I said, it's going to be playoffs or bust here. The first year, we got our high pick. We picked the guy we wanted. Year number 2, we built the team, surprisingly made the playoffs. And year number 3, I think, is the year where we challenge for a playoff spot. I don't care if we go deep. I don't care if we win one game or get swept. I just want to make the playoffs. And then next year we make a serious run. And then next year, once we got Shane Wright, once everything is really clicking, that's going to be the year where we really contend for a Stanley Cup here. But 18, 17, and 2, we are kind of struggling, actually. 18, 18, and 2. Okay, so luckily our division is still really, really bad, so we are actually in a playoff spot, but 18, 18, and 2 is not great. We're losing a lot of games here. What's the issue? I mean, Zion's doing great. He has great line mates. Like, our second line's a +5. What's the issue here? I mean, I feel like our top 9 is really, really solid. Is it our defense? Is it... Man, what should I do here? What's the play? So actually, if we do this here, if we go Parayko and Hamilton on the first line, Hamilton is kind of fit for the first line, so that gets a +3, and then we get to reunite Hedman and Zadorov. Let's try that. Let's just see if that's going to help anything out. I don't know really what we can do on our forward core because I don't want to sacrifice that +5. I mean, I could do that, and then Burakovsky's playing like a 90. That might not be a bad idea. Play Connor Garland with Biggie Schmaltz and Bertuzzi. I don't know. Let's try it out. I mean, we have some time here before we can really write the season off. But like I said, we're trying to make playoffs this year. I don't like this 18-2 stuff. But again, luckily for our division, it's so damn tight. There's only 5 points to separate last place from third place. I mean, we win 5 games in a row, we're really going to be in a solid spot. But if we lose 5 games in a row, we're going to be at the bottom here. So let's string some wins together. There's a win against the Kings. There you go. Up against the Golden Knights is another win. Now starting our rivalry here with Agent C and the New York Rangers with Ty Ronning. Let's go see if we can make it 3 straight W's. Period number 1. It's 1-1. Big Zion and Gretzky. There you go. Period number 2. All right, 2-1. Brett Howden shorthanded. You hate to give up a shorthanded goal. And then Libor Hayek. Oh my God, look at the shots. Boys, did you guys go out in New York last night? I know it's the Big Apple. You know there's a hockey game to be played here. Oh my God. Okay, Brandon Dubinsky scores 1 against his old team. You love to see it, but I'd love to see a tie game much more than anything. Come on, this would be a good overtime game to get to. Zion, someone, Biggie Schmaltz, Dubinsky again. Come on, 36-19 other shots. We don't deserve to tie this thing up anyways. Oh my God, getting our ass kicked. Like, oh my God, John Merrill. I thought that was us. I saw the blue and I freaked out for a second, but unfortunately, we don't make it 3 straight, and the New York Rangers take the W away from us. So 2019-2, I mean, it's not great. Luckily, our division still sucks. I think we lost that game against Toronto, actually. Oh, speaking of Toronto, Alex Kerfoot. Do we want Alex Kerfoot? Where would he fit in? I mean, is he an upgrade from Brandon Dubinsky? I mean, probably, but he's making a lot more money, right? He's making 3.5. I mean, it's only for 1 year. I like Dubinsky, though. It would be an upgrade to our 4th line, but do we really need to do that? I don't think we need to. I don't really need Alex Kerfoot. Plus, I have Derek Stepan on the 3rd line, and I don't really want to give up a 2nd-round pick for Alex Kerfoot, so I'm just going to say no. We do have another game coming up here against Newfoundland. They're struggling as well. We're struggling. They're struggling. What's going on here? Alaska and Newfoundland. Are we going to be maybe in the running for another lottery pick here? Are we going to get Connor Bedard or Mishnikov? Another loss against Edmonton. What the hell, boys? Come on, start stringing some damn wins together. 2-0, there you go. LA, that's a 7-2 loss. You hate to see it. And just like that, I think we're at the bottom of the Pacific, just like that. Yeah, we're 7th now, so you see how quickly it can happen? Maybe year 3 isn't supposed to be a playoff year for us. I don't know. I'm wondering what the problem is. I feel like maybe this isn't the way to go with Burakovsky here. I feel like we haven't been playing that good at all. Let's keep Connor Garland back here. There's not really a whole lot I can do. Like, I can do this, but does that really help? I don't think so. Zach Sanford is really struggling, though, and he did ask for a huge contract, and he got it. So, oh man. Do we put Kiefer Bellows up here just for fun? Let's try it. All right, let's try this. We've reunited Zadorov and Hedman. Hedman was a -14. Now he's only a -12. So, I don't know. Maybe we need to have another year where we get a top pick, and maybe we just need to wait for Shane Wright. But let's go up here once again against the Newfoundland Growlers here, where we have 100% winning percentage. I'm looking to keep it that way here, or at least get into overtime. Let's go here. Game number 6, all-time, period number 1. It's 4-1. There you go. Steenbergen, Burakovsky, Kapanen, and Derek Stepan. Kyle Turris score for them, period number 2. It's 5-1. Okay, big bad Zion. He gets a big goal. We can win against Newfoundland, not a problem, but any other team we seem to struggle with. Power play for them, but we kill it off. That's going to be another win for your Alaska Ice Eagles. Connor Garland gets another one. We chased John Gibson. Every goalie that decides to sign with Newfoundland is just a mistake. This year it's John Gibson. Last year was Freddie Anderson. That's a 6-1 shellacking. Come on, maybe that'll wake the boys up here. Mikko Hedman, 4 assists. That's what I'm talking about. I need Mikko Hedman to step it up if we're going to make the playoffs here. But the thing is, you see how close our division is. We could win 3 or 4 games in a row and be in a legitimate playoff spot. So I don't know. Let's just keep it going here. We're going to get this month done. We're going to go closer to the trade deadline. I'm going to wait here, go up against this Anaheim game. So another month of simulation here, and then we'll see where we're at. Hopefully we can string some wins together. There's another loss against Montreal. We got a bye week here, so maybe the boys need to get away, go to Mexico, take a week off, hang out, relax, decompress from hockey a little bit, and then come back with a big win against Minnesota. There you go. Big win against Washington. Big loss. Okay, come back against the Blue Jackets. Okay, it's good to see we can win on back-to-back nights, and then a loss. You see, we're not really getting anywhere. Like, we're just falling apart here. 24-29-2. I'm slowly seeing our postseason slip away from us here. We have 50 points here. We're at least like 6 points out of even sniffing the playoffs here. The Growlers have 47 points, so we're kind of in a familiar spot. Zion's doing great. He's kind of doing exactly what I wanted him to do this year, hovering around the point per game mark, which is totally cool. You know what? I might just go ahead and get this entire year done in this video for a few reasons, because I'm looking at the team here and we're just young. That's all we are. We're just young. Everyone is still growing here. I was hoping for Nick Schmaltz to have a bigger year on the first line, but I'm going to look here to see what we have with our re-sign stage. Do we have another year? Like, do we have kind of like a bye year here? Who do we have to sign next year? So all expiring, let's see. I know we got to sign Zion eventually, but we got to sign Connor Garland, Burakovsky, so it's no one huge. We got to re-sign a bunch of players, but it's no one that's massive. Next year is going to be the big one. Next year is going to be the one where we're really going to have to sit down with Zion Bertuzzi. We're going to have to sit down with all of our big guns. Mikko Hedman, he's going to want a boatload of money. So we do have that extra year. We have that extra year where we can wait. We can improve the team over the offseason. What does Connor Garland want? 6x6? He's only 26 years old, 87 overall. It's not that much of a raise. I'm kind of afraid if we wait, he's going to want like $8 or $9 million in the offseason, so I might come back to that. Burakovsky doesn't want to come back to the team. He wants 6.8 by 5. Kiefer Bellows doesn't want to come back either. Morale is kind of down right now for the boys. You hate to see it. So part of me is wanting to just get the entire year done in this video because I really don't want to make a trade. I don't need to make a trade. We have that extra year where we can buy a year before we have to re-sign Zion Bertuzzi, and who knows, maybe Shane Wright can come up next year. He's going to be 82 overall. We play him on the first line. Who the hell knows? Speaking of Shane Wright, he's up to a 77, and how's he doing in junior? He's well over a point per game in junior. 50 points in 34 games. I love the fact that he is an assist master. 36 apples in 34 games. That's exactly what Zion needs. That's exactly what the guy needs. So again, like, I just might get this entire year done. Usually I stop right before the trade deadline, but what's the point? If we're not going to be a playoff team, why should we just drag it on to be another episode? So I think we're just going to go all the way. If we make the playoffs, great. I really can't see us making it, but let's try anyways. Why the hell not? So 24-29-2. If we do get in, it's because our division is absolutely terrible, but we do not deserve to be in the postseason. Unless we really crank it up here. The Islanders have fired their head coach. 36-21-2, like 7-2 against the Ducks. We're just getting absolutely crushed. But it's not a bad year to have. It's not really a bad idea to have a bye year. It's not the worst thing in the world. 10-3 against the Flyers. We're just getting absolutely owned. We're not going to be a playoff team this year. Nope, not going to happen. I'm looking at the squad here, and I don't really see a name that we have to move. I think Connor Garland is going to re-sign. We'll definitely give him another contract, but we're just kind of waiting here. We're playing the waiting game. Looks like Zion's up to a 90. I mean, I could change this either way I wanted. We could just go back to back, but we're going to wait on another year. Hopefully Zion improves even more. We're going to wait for Shane Wright. Miko Hedman's having kind of an off year. That minus 14 is not great, but 43 points. He's still going to have like a 60-point campaign. Who knows what's going to happen with Parayko or Hamilton for next year, but I'm going to entertain any trade offers that come our way. I don't think we need to move anyone in particular. I mean, our third line's doing pretty good. Derek Stepan has 20 goals. That was a great signing. We could upgrade our fourth line. Our fourth line isn't great, but I really doubt it's the fourth line that's really bringing us down here. So let's go up to the trade deadline. We're going to have a look at, see if any offers come our way. I probably won't stick around till the end, but we're going to be a conservative seller here. I'm going to entertain offers, but I don't think I'm going to pull the trigger on anything. Now, usually if we're not going to be a playoff team, this would be a year to be a seller, but we don't have a lot to sell. I'm kind of selling myself on the fact that I'm trying to have a buy year here. Everyone is under 30 years old that's in our core. Aside from guys like Derek Stepan and obviously Brendan Dubinsky, the Capitals trade a first for, oh my God, Kaprizov gets traded to the what? A first is all it took to get Kaprizov? Are you kidding me? Okay, I gotta have a look here. What? Washington gets Kaprizov? Are you joking me? How? For a first? Really? That's it? That's all it took? Wow, Minnesota, I'm ranting and raving about this guy, and you trade him to the Capitals? I mean, if a Russian's going to go to a team, it's got to be the Capitals. He gets to play with Ovechkin, best guy to learn from, Kuznetsov, and it only took a first to get Kaprizov? I did not see that happening. That is a huge move. Really, I'm comfortable with just having another year where we get a decent draft pick. Oh, Montreal trades a first and a second to Pittsburgh for Ekholm. Okay, not a franchise player. I'm comfortable with having another year where we get another decent draft pick. Maybe it pushes our Stanley Cup dreams 1 year down the road, but honestly, I'm kind of cool with that. 27, 33, and 2 is definitely not great. Let's have a look at where we are in the grand scheme of things in the entire league. Looking for one team in particular here. Hopefully Chicago. There they are. They're a good team. I don't want Kazov to get a cut before Bertuzzi. That's my one rule. I don't want that at all. But if we look at the entire thing here, Newfoundland is second last. Oh my God, poor guys. The Islanders only have 19 wins, and we're 26th in the NHL. So moving on to the Pacific here, we have 56 points. I mean, we're like 10 points out of the playoff spot. I really don't think it's going to happen, and I think I'm going to be done with the trade deadline here. I'm waiting around for a trade that may or may not come. If there's any big moves, we'll have a look and see. I think that Kaprizov one is probably going to be the biggest one of the day, though. That is a blockbuster. So there's the big move here. Washington gets Kaprizov for a first, a second, and a prospect, and I guess that was the only big move of the trade deadline. Kind of a quiet one. Looks like the Capitals beat whoever. Oh my God, they beat Newfoundland 10-7 without Kaprizov. Definitely going to be interested to see how Kaprizov does. Let's see here if there's any more big moves. Looks like Tampa got Josh Manson, so Newfoundland gets a first and a goaltending prospect. Okay, so they get 2 firsts for this draft. That's interesting. So kind of a slow trade deadline for everyone else here. Toronto gets Mackenzie Blackwood. All right, they finally get a starting goalie. I'm just kidding. I know Frederik Andersen is a starting goalie, kind of. So let's see how Washington is going to be utilizing Kaprizov here. So personally, I'd put him on the first line, but I see why they're not. Is Verona a sniper? He is. So I would definitely put Kaprizov right there. I thought Verona was either a power forward or a two-way forward, but I would definitely throw Kaprizov up there on the first line, that's for sure. But yeah, he's going to learn from literally the best goal scorer the NHL has ever seen. Washington is going to be in good hands once Ovi retires. So let's go here. Let's get the rest of the year done. Usually I don't do this, and the video is going to be long because of it, but I feel like we have that ability to do the 1 year where we can buy this year, we get another good pick, and I mean, who knows? Maybe we win the next 15 games in a row and we make the playoffs, but we're getting shelled. Like, we lost 7-5 there, 3-1. I'm cool with burning this year. I think it's been said enough. Let's burn the year, get it done. We are not scoring enough goals. We're not doing enough of anything, really. Kind of disappointing because I was super pumped about the new look of the team, super pumped that we got Colton Parayko, but maybe it's just not working out. But let's go here up against Agent C once again in the New York Rangers, period numero uno, 2-2. All right, we got Vitaly Kravtsov, Buffalo Sabre legend. He gets 2. Dubinsky scores on his old team, and then Connor Garland, period number 2. Okay, 6-4. Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Panarin. That's what I'm scared of, and I guess John Merrill as well. Zach Sanford and Kasperi Kapanen. Oh my God, we actually tied up Zion and Hedman. We finally get to go to an overtime game. Finally. All right, here we go in Alaska. They got the reverse retro. They got number 98, Mario Gretzky. A tie-up here at center ice. Wenberg, he gets it early on. Finds Bertuzzi, gets the shot. Wenberg should have chased the puck there. Would have had an open net. Colton Parayko, the big guy, tries to go upstairs on Igor Shesterkin, but he says no. Look at those reverse retro jerseys. You love to see it. Top 10 in goals. Oh my God, Kazov has 61, but Bertuzzi has 45. That's good to see, but oh my God, that is a lot of goals from Max Kazov. We got Agent C on the ice. I'm a little bit nervous, and here he is, Cedric Corey, straight out of Switzerland. Oh, stops up, turns Colton Parayko inside out, and what a shot, just misses the net. Brent Burns gets poke-checked away. Oh, he still has it. Stepan waits for the defenseman to change. He throws, oh my God, what a pass. Number 15, I don't even know who that is. Who's number 15? But we score in overtime, and we beat the Rangers with their reverse retro jerseys. Who the hell is number 15? Who are you? Show yourself. I thought it wasn't the defenseman. Was it Connor Garland? Might have been Connor Garland that got that one. Let's see here. Ooh, who was that? I seriously have no idea who number 15 is. I don't even know what line is out there. Show yourself. Zach Sanford, the big guy, scores the big goal in overtime. There you go. So now we know. Number 15, Zach Sanford. All right, so I got my one overtime game done with here. Let's get the rest of the year done. Again, we are bottom of the barrel, 62 points. You hate to see it, but we've won 5 straight. Who knows what's going to happen here? And then there's a loss against the Leafs, 32, 39, and 2. Not a great record. A little bit disappointing considering I was hoping to go on a postseason run here. 72 points. I mean, we really have to run the table here. Oh my God, are we seriously going to make a push here? Of course, we're winning every single game. Okay, yeah, we're done now. 76 points. We only have 2 games left. It was getting close there. We beat Nashville 7-0, and I was like, wait a minute, this could happen. But you know what sucks, though, is that the fact that we just won, what was it? Like, we won 5 straight, and then we lost 1, we won 1, we won another one, won another one, won another one, and then we won another one that kind of screwed over our draft position, so that kind of sucks. But Max Kazov versus Zion Bertuzzi. You guys lose all year and then turn it on at the end of the year? What are you doing? Period number 1. It's 1-1, and it's Max Kazov. He scores again. That's probably goal number 70. We got Brandon Dubinsky. He's been scoring a lot, actually. Period number 2, 3-1. Connor Garland gets 2. There you go. 1 on the power play, and 1 was even strength. 32-19 are the shots. Okay, Arturi Lehkonen, he scores 1 on Hill, and Stefan Nosen. What are all these guys? There you go, Zion Bertuzzi. He matches the goal total to Max Kazov. 4-3 here. Zion has the go-ahead goal, closing in on 40 shots. Kazov has the 1. Zion's got another. another pull. Oh my god, Ekberg. No, you hate to see it. Another one of those created players. Ekberg scores a goal. Going into overtime here. Are we going into a shootout? Let's see, 2 minutes, 1 minute. We are headed into a shootout. All right, starting it off in the shootout here. Alex Wenberg tries to go backhand on, I think that's Morrow, Jamie Morrow between the pipes. Max Kazov coming through. He's got the A already. He tries to go top blocker, and Aiden Hill says no. All 6'6" of them. Big Bad Zion coming in slow, and he rips it top glove. Also rocking the A. You love to see it. Kazov, no. Bertuzzi, yes. Patrick Kane with the dangles, and Aiden Hill with the big pillow save. We can win it here. We can win it. Connor Garland tries to go blocker side. I think glove is the way to go on this guy. Oh, come on. We need a big save here, Aiden Hill on ADB. My Discord went off, and that's a big save. There you go. Aiden Hill with the save, and there's another win, because exactly what we need right now is more wins. All right, so let's get the last game done here against Vegas. We're also going to see the draft positions in this video as well. And then next episode, we're going to get the draft done. I know the last episode we got the draft done, but we're doing the draft again. We are buying ourselves a year. We finished with only 38 wins. We got one more day left in the regular season, it looks like, but Zion Bertuzzi, a 56 goal season, 85 points. You absolutely love to see it. The Zion train has left the station, and it has arrived. What a year for Big Bad Zion. 85 points. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Up to a 90 overall. Misses out on the postseason this year, but it's all good, buddy. You're going to be seeing a lot of playoff hockey very soon. Alex Wenberg had 71 points. A lot of minuses, though. Connor Garland, 28 goals. We got Burakovsky here, who had 61 points. I said Mikko Hedman was going to have a 60-point campaign. He came very close. He had 59. Nice to see Kiefer Bellows get 24 goals. There you go. Kind of a breakout year for him. Derek Stepan, 25 goals. Did not expect that. Dougie Hamilton kind of struggled. Dubinsky only had 8 goals, but I feel like every time we slow simmed, he scored all the goals. Nikita Zadorov had 7. Parayko had 5, 19 points, a -16. A nightmare year for Colton Parayko. Wasn't great. It wasn't a great year for the guys. I will be the first to admit that here. Hunter Lightning struggled. Everybody struggled this year. We're buying a year, okay? This is going to be our year where we just relax. Everything's fine. Don't panic. We have another year before we have to worry about crazy contracts here. I want to look at Kaprizov, though. How many points did he have in Washington? 16 and 20. It's not great, but I still can't believe that they traded him. That's ridiculous. All skaters here. Mark Scheifele led the way. Okay. It's not Claude Giroux, but Mark Scheifele with 116 points. And then for goals, I don't want to talk about it. No way, no how. It's kind of cool you're starting to see all the creative players score over 50 goals a year, like Leo Radzinski from the Maple Leafs, 54 goals. Big Bad Zion, 56. Alexander Ovechkin still doing his thing. Gretzky. Who else is there? Nazkov. Ollie Forsberg has 45. That's good to see. Brock Besser, Kaprizov. Where is Agent C? There he is. 40 goals, 95 points. Not a bad year at all. As for rookie skaters, Timmy Superstar Stutzel, 65 points. He should take home the Calder Trophy unless there's a crazy goalie. No, I think it's going to go to Timmy Superstar. Who's this guy? 76 overall. Does Toronto not have a goalie? Well, they got someone at the trade deadline, didn't they? They got what's his name? Mackenzie Blackwood. Can't believe that they went into the year with a 76 overall goalie. So unfortunately, as I was editing this video, the last like 8 or 9 minutes or so, the audio was all glitchy, and I'll show you what it sounds like. I don't know what happened. And the Colorado Avalanche win the Stanley Cup. So there's no way I can put that in the episode. So I'm going to recap what you missed. So let's go over everything that the original clip got messed up on. I just couldn't put that in the video. It was way too annoying. So here it is. The Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. Cup. I haven't looked at the awards quite yet, but here is the draft lottery, the most important thing, and Newfoundland gets absolutely screwed. They drop from 3 to 5 because Anaheim moves from 5 to 1 and LA moves from 10 to 3. And as for us, we go from 7 to 8. So unfortunately, we get screwed. Newfoundland gets screwed. I really think since we won that chunk of games at the end of the regular season, it kind of screwed over our draft position, but it's not the worst thing in the world, because if we look at the draft class, I guess I'm just going to do all this over again. There is an insane draft class coming up here. Zane Coleman, franchise first overall. This guy's a randomly generated player. Now, he is medium franchise, and yes, he played for the Kingston Frontenacs, which was the same team that Shane Wright played for. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get this guy, but 110 points in 68 games, followed by Michnikov, who is obviously a real player, should be the first or second overall pick in a few years. This guy's nasty out of the draft. Exact same thing with Connor Bedard, the Canadian next one is what they're dubbing him. He's a beast. I made him, I think, the exact same as Michnikov, but basically we're going to be in the 7, 8, 9 range, so what's out there for us? Before we look at that, though, I was looking at some of these point totals. Look at these numbers these guys are putting up. 142 points, Aiden Robbins. Rich May put up over 100 points, 105 points in 60 games. This Korolev guy is a nice-looking defenseman. He's a medium top 4 offensive defenseman. 3 years away, but playing in an A-plus league. He's going to be nasty. So here's what we're looking at. There's one player in particular. I'll go through from 8 to 10 here. Preston Girardi put up some pretty decent numbers, 82 points in 66 games. We could easily get him with the 8th overall pick. We got Preston Paul, so a couple of Prestons here. Preston Paul put up almost 100 points. He had 96 in 67 with the Ottawa 67s. But the one player I really like, and the player that's catching my eye, we could definitely get him with our 8th overall pick, is Luke Roach, a 6'5" power forward centerman out of Medicine Hat. He is an absolute beast. Look at this guy. So I don't want to get too much into the draft in this video, but that's kind of what's out there and kind of just going over what you guys missed. I actually didn't look at the awards yet, like I mentioned earlier, so we'll do that and then we will end off this video. Sorry about my audio. I don't know what's going on. My mic is being weird lately. I'm probably going to end up getting a new one pretty quick. I've had this old thing for years and years. So the Colorado Avalanche ended up winning the Stanley Cup, and they ended up beating out the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're looking for their second cup of the simulation. They won in 2020, 2021 as well, but the Avs were having none of that. Art Ross goes to Mark Scheifele. We saw that. I don't want to talk about this. Maurice Richard, don't want to talk about it. Mark Scheifele wins the Ted Lindsay. The Frank J. Selke goes to Couturier. The New Jersey Devils head coach wins the Jack Adams. Danny DeKeyser wins the Bill Masterton. The William M. Jennings goes to Vasilevsky. Probably won the Vezina. Wait a minute. You can't share the Vezina. Wait, hold on. Why the hell did Keith Kincaid win the Vezina? And William M. Jennings went to Vasilevsky? Excuse me? So, okay, that's got to be a glitch. Something's not right here. I'm going to have to look that up in the stats. What the hell? I was looking, I was wondering if I was seeing that right, because I know you can share the William M. Jennings, but I was like, wait, where's Vasilevsky? Conn Smythe goes to Nate Dogg McKinnon. Timmy Superstar Stutzla, whatever you want to call him, wins the Calder. Love to see it. Lady Bing goes to McKinnon. The Norris goes to Carlson. And Mark Scheifele takes home the Hart, the Art Ross, all that fun stuff. So it's like 11 p.m. right now. I'm just editing this video, realizing I have to do the audio over again. So here's the playoff tree. I'm going to end this one off pretty quick here so I don't wake up everyone in my house. But that's how it all looks. They beat out Tampa in the Stanley Cup final, and we drop in the draft lottery. Honestly, I think if we would have just tanked the last couple of weeks, we probably would have had a better draft pick. But hey, here we are. Let me know what I should do. I'm looking forward to hearing all your comments. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the audio mix-up. I will see you in the next one.